All right, so we are recording. It is February 10th, 12th. It's February 12th, right before Valentine's Day. We were actually just talking about how I had a mom moment where I forgot my kids' Valentines for school, so that's always fun. But we're going to share some wins, and since there's 4 of us on right now, I think we each can take a moment to just share a win from this week.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
I can go. This morning I invited people, which this is the first time I've ever sent a message. That's one of the things I sent you through Voxer is what I said. But
perfect. Cool. No, and I was so glad that you were on that morning power hour and that Kate chimed in because I mean it just made a lot of sense. So I'm glad that you were on and I'm glad that you sent the invites out because sometimes we just got to do it scared or it won't ever happen. But no, I'm excited to check Voxer and get back to you and give you feedback. So that's great. Good job, Nicole. Brittany, you want to share it?
Sure. I officially started my consistency group this week, like the actual actions this week. Last week was just kind of prep.
Yeah.
So this week was the first full week of people doing that. And then on top of that, I have 2 potential coaches in the works right now that I'm speaking with. So
awesome. Wow, that's so good. Cool.
That's in addition to my husband. So
heck yeah. So you're gonna go above and beyond. This is exciting. Okay. I know you'll be Emerald this month for sure. So then we'll talk about the Emerald retreat in a second. Do you want to share your win?
Yeah. Let's see. This week, well, I started kind of 2 new Bible study type things, if you will. One's with a small group at church. We started a new series in a book. And then I started one with kind of my accountability buddy. We're kind of working through a workbook, a 13-week workbook, just me and him together. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. My win, I'm actually struggling figuring out what my win is, which is crazy. I'm kind of well, where's my journal that I write down stuff every day? I would say, I don't know. That's so sad that I'm I don't know what my big win is this week. I don't know. That's really sad. No, it is. It's really sad. I felt I felt kind of there's those weeks where you're just kind of I went through the motions and I was there and I showed up. I would say I showed up and I did the activities that I know will keep my health moving forward and my business moving forward, but it wasn't anything mind blowing. So I am proud of that. I guess I did type up some emails that I was really proud of because I'm trying to get more into email marketing as I continue to grow. I'm just at a different level in my business than I ever I've always wanted to be at this level and I'm finally there. And so I think that that's a win, is that I'm finally at this level where I'm feeling like I'm able to invite through email rather than just private message. And it's actually sort of starting to work. I've always heard of coaches doing that when they get to a certain point of just and it's not even a certain point in your business, it's just a mindset shift. It's just a different way of doing business. And so I feel like I'm getting there. And I think that that's really exciting to me because it's something that I've always kind of wanted. Of course, I'm still inviting off of social media, just like I've always done. But my goals are to really start to get to the point of Success Club happening through emails. And then everything else is just icing on the cake. It's just those extra amazing relationships. So I think that that's just, I'm starting to learn how to convert your cold market is what it would be called into a warm market through email and through social media in a different way. So I think that, yeah, that would definitely be my win. So I'm excited. I am excited where that's going. So here's our stats for February Success Club in volume. So far this month, we have 2 new coaches on our team. So Brittany Sterling got her first coach ever signed up, which is so awesome. And then I got a coach signed up last week. Her name is Ashley. I work with her. I should have another coach, Laura, who was our old neighbor in Louisville that I think, I sent her a link yesterday. It sounded like she was going to sign up, but she was also trying to figure out which card she was going to use because her card just keeps doing wonky things, even though it's good. So I think that that's the only hiccup.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah. And then let's see, I just need to make this bigger. So the 5 Lives Club, 3 Lives Club, and Almost There. So these are Success Club points. So I have 2 people that I've helped this month. And so I have 4 points. Brittany Hannah and Brittany Sterling each have helped somebody new this month. So that was also Brittany Hannah and Brittany Sterling, both of them. That was their very first friend that they've ever helped. So I know you guys don't know Brittany Hannah as well. I think you guys know Brittany Sterling a little bit from different calls, but Brittany Hannah is one of my friends from college that has just like been doing our workouts for a long time and loved them. She was one of the very first people that let me be her coach. She was familiar with Beachbody before and switched over to me, and she joined in as a coach last year. And it was really cool to get that message back from her of saying, now that I'm helping my friend Jenna, which is another friend of ours from college, I feel like I'm going to be that much more accountable to my health goals, like to my own showing up. So I think that that's just something that's really powerful to remember. Like that's really why we coach, is in a way, like I hate to say, like I don't know how else to say it other than it's a little bit selfish so that we'll stay accountable to our own goals. Because I for sure would not have done this many workout programs over the last 5 years if I wasn't a coach. Like I just wouldn't be that dedicated to it. I just know I would do them because I like to work out, but I don't think I would be as dedicated. Weekly volume. So volume for the month, the goal is always 500 PV for the month. I didn't understand volume at all when I first started. Our volume has really increased over the last year a lot. And I will say a lot of that is due to the fact that I've been hitting Success Club 10 and have had some of those paid leads. So I have like Shakeology drinkers that I don't know who they are. They don't really ever respond to my email, but they keep ordering. We have a few of those. Same with people that have been on 3-month bod, yearly bod, 6-month bod that Beachbody has brought in. And then one thing that I've been doing to personally increase my volume is whenever I send out a share cart to somebody for a challenge pack, I'm always offering them the option now to add in something like Bevy. If I know that they like alcohol, like I like alcohol, and they like to drink, and they like to have a cocktail, I'm like, hey, I've been using this Bevy in place of a cocktail during the weekdays so that I don't drink as much during the weekdays because I'm really trying to cut back to just the weekends again. So if you know that that's something that you have, you might really love this as a replacement, as well as it's not designed for a replacement for a cocktail. That's just what I use it, but it helps you also so that you can lose some weight. It's got some natural fiber, phytosomes, and some other things that I could send you like a little blog post about if you want to know about it. But basically, it can help you lose weight too. And then if somebody is getting the Shakeology challenge pack, I almost always say, hey, I'm going to add in Energize in your cart. I just want you to look it over. You can totally take it out. And I say this with everything. You can totally take it out if you don't want it, but I just want you to be aware that like you get a bundled deal when you get it, and Energize is crack. And it just gives you energy, and like you're not going to want to go a day without it after you start drinking it. Or if it's somebody that I know has talked to me about being on the go and they're really busy, I'm like, hey, I'm adding a box of Beach Bars into your bag, and I either always add the peanut butter or the almond crunch. And these are just really delicious chocolate bars. They're going to be healthier for you than most of like the other protein bars that you see in stores. They're going to be a little bit less sugar. They're going to be a better carb to protein ratio. And they just really help our whole family have a healthy snack on the go. My kids love them. So if you want to keep them in your cart, awesome. If not, at least just wanted you to see them and you can take them out. So at first doing that felt really awkward to me because I was always like, oh my God, but they're already buying $160 challenge pack. Like, I don't really want to offer something else. But what I've realized is when I do offer something else and I tell them why, about 80% of the time they're going to get it, or they're at least going to try it later. And so they at least know what it is. It was just an easy way for me to talk about it. And then I talk about products like Daily Sunshine and Recover and any of those type Bevy, Beach Bar. I talk about those in our challenge groups more. When I use them, I try to do one extra like every other day. When I'm talking about sharing my posts, like my Shakeology post or my workout check-in, I'm always trying to talk about like Energize or Recover like every other day when I do my check-in, just to like kind of put it in people's brain. Like this actually helps me with my workout. Like this is my workout check-in, but this helps me a ton with my workout. So with Shakeology, you could do the same thing. I don't do this ever, but I could talk about the Power Greens. I had Power Greens into my Shakeology quite often. I had collagen into my Shakeology quite often. So it's just little things that like, you're not really like selling, you're just sharing about it so that people are educated and they're aware that Beachbody offers it. And then that opens the door for conversation next time that they're ready to order something, or if they've talked about certain things that are like, oh yeah, you've been talking about your skin breaking out. Like maybe you should try the collagen. You should definitely be drinking your Energize every day or your Shakeology every day because it's really going to be good for your body. A lot of acne problems start from the gut health, and then maybe the collagen will just help kind of clear some of that up. Like I don't know, it's worth a try. So
Yeah, and they're gonna spend money either at the grocery store or getting, more nutritious type stuff. So they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna spend it either way.
mhm.
At least it's
Yeah.
healthy alternatives.
Yeah. And that's also why when I do the business opportunity webinar, that's why I go deep into all the products, because I just want people to be aware. I don't care if they buy the first time. I just want them to be aware so that when they see me talking about it in our groups, they're like, oh yeah, she actually uses that stuff that she talks about, because I really do use a lot of the product. So just some suggestions, because I used to suck at volume. Like I sucked at it. I had zero retention. People didn't reorder stuff. And like, I didn't understand it. And so it's just been like, I've realized that I just talk about it more and I just offer it more. And that's really all it took, was just talking about it and offering it more. So announcements, we have our Emerald Retreat that is March 19th and 20th. So it's a Friday and a Saturday. I need to request off work. So we have a virtual retreat this time, and it's going to be really amazing. I just realized I need to click up this just in case Vinny pops on. Sorry, squirrel. But last time we kicked off with Joel Freeman, who talked to us about the power of what it is that we do as coaches, just the power of the programs. And he just a motivational talk. I don't know who our guest speaker is this time, but somebody will open up on Friday, and then all day Saturday we do training. So myself and other leaders within the company are going to train on certain topics, everything from social media to volume and income. Spouses might even be talked about, because there's sometimes that we talk about well, what if my spouse doesn't support me? So little things like that. So those are our announcements. That's our tiny URL. The next call, so we are on the 12th. So on the 16th, we do have a business opportunity webinar. So if you have anybody that would benefit from that. So like Brittany had mentioned that she has 2 potential people that are thinking about coaching. That would be a good call for them to be on. So a sneak peek into coaching, that's at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Same with Emerald training on the 23rd. So that's a little bit further away, but that's like an Emerald in 24 hours call. So just kind of really makes you solidify Emerald before our team retreat, because the Emerald retreat, you have to be Emerald by the 28th of February, and you have to have hit Success Club for this month. So you have to help 3 people with challenge packs and be an Emerald coach. Or if you are like me and already an Emerald coach, the way that I qualify is if I bring on 2 new coaches this month. The barbell right here always represents a virtual workout, and I will be on it at 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central, because I have forgotten to hop on it. The little phone right here is representative of our team calls on Fridays, and then this little computer represents that myself and other coaches hop on a really early morning power hour, which Brittany and Nicole, you guys both know about that one because we're doing it. I explain what these are in a video. I talk about how this is my sort of general what I'm talking about on my social media, to just kind of give you a little bit of a peek into how you can plan your social media, into my brain and how I do it. So there is a video recorded in our team page in the announcement sections if you ever just want to start really brainstorming your social media. Again, team calls, this is in the announcement section, so I will skip on over this. The power hours, just don't forget, pick 3 a week. And I think we will start posting. I plan to post today some that are recorded in case if the 3 during the time that are offered doesn't work for you. Again, all of that's in the announcement sections in Be Well Coaches. But we're gonna go into our actual training for today after I make sure. Brittany, Nicole, did you all have any questions that you wanted answered first before we? No? Okay, so I'm gonna actually cover step 2 first, social media. And there was cute little emojis instead of the Xbox emojis, but it's cool. How do I do this? It wasn't supposed to be a curse word. It was literally like a woo. When I looked at it, I was like,
Do I do
Yeah,
this?
I was like, well, that's kind of funny. So one thing that that I know Brittany and I have even talked about is just we've worked a lot on social media and on our social media presence, and I realize now that that's something that I really have an opportunity to train our team on even better. One thing that I've done in the past is I've done what's called Coach Launch, and Coach Launch really launches your business on social media. But I need our team's feedback on how you want that to look. So in the past, what that's been is it has been a Facebook group, and each day I add in a short, like 5-minute video that's kind of me talking about this is the type of post that you'll do, this is why you do it, this is how you'll do it, and this is who you'll talk to. And so each day it's a new type of post, and then who you're talking to and why you're talking to them, as well as a story idea. So it's post, stories, and how and why. And so I explained that, and it's a 2-week process. And at the end of the 2 weeks, you're basically inviting these people that you've connected with into your accountability group. So it really brings you through the whole process of, hey, I'm going to show up every day on social media, and I'm going to invite. I'm going to show up every day and add value, because you're adding value by giving recipes, you're adding value by giving fitness tips, you're adding value by just talking about your family life, you're adding value by sharing like a struggle that you've had in your own workouts and how you've overcome them. So those are the type of posts and stories that you do, and then you connect with those people that are connecting with you, as well as you're finding new connections. So it's really just this process of doing the activities of a coach, and just like myself, I just lead you through it every single day. So we have recorded videos. And I think my question is to the team is, I don't know if I want to do another Facebook group, and that's just me personally, but I'm open to it if that's what everybody would enjoy and work best from. If it was like, no, I want to be in a private group with other people, and I want to see those videos every day in real time, and I want to be doing them at the same time as other people so I can ask questions within the group. Or if we want that same type of thing, but in bod groups, you're not posting your workout and everything in there. Like it's not a bod group for accountability and fitness and nutrition and Shakeology. It's literally a bod group that's set up just like a training group. Or if we want it on my course, my website, I have a website, and I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with it, but it's Kajabi, and I think I can log into it from here. And it's basically a course that you do in your own time. And so it would be evergreen if we did it on here. So like there's new coach training. Let's just see if it'll log me in. Hey, remembered my password. So this is what it would look like if you were doing it, resume course. Doing it on your own is you would just have access to everything. So instead of like this, it would say day 1, day 2, day 3, and the little video would be here, and any additional notes would be typed down here. So it could be done, and it could be evergreen, so that when you get a new coach, you just say, you know what, like, let me add you to our social media training, and then it would be housed here. So Brittany, Nicole, do you guys have any feedback on that? Like a gut instinct of what would be best?
I really like, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I like bod group for the question, but we also have Voxer, so I don't know. I mean, it just depends. There's like a lot of stuff going on. But I do like the website. I like that you can like do it at your own pace. You can go back and see, like posts that you can do and different things like that. Just like a refresher.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I think the website method, I mean, because I've done trainings with social media already, and I feel like for me, like when I was beginning, like with social media stuff, the website, the way you have that set up, to me that's better, because I don't have to remember where I left off at. Like it shows you your progress, kind of like, you have where you can resume, and like she said, you can go back to it. So I like that, but I don't necessarily have to have like the group to make me keep going. I'm pretty self-motivated. So I guess it just depends on the person.
Because I know that does help when you have the group. So one thing that, and I really appreciate you guys brainstorming this, And then if anybody's watching the recording of this, like, we definitely want your feedback, because I don't want to go and make this. I mean, like I said, the videos are there. It's just literally copying and pasting stuff from a document into the spot that we want it. It's just, I want to make sure that I get it in a place that'll get most used. So one thing that I've thought about is it could totally be here in the website. And then it could be something where as a team, we're like, okay, we have some new coaches, whether that's 3 new coaches or 10 new coaches, let's bring them through social media training. Or even some of us existing coaches, like, I need to go through social media training. And so we just set up a Voxer that's just like February social media Voxer training group. And so it could then be the accountability group, like, okay, guys, we're going to start day 1 together. So this is day 1 reminder. Did you go into the training? Did you do the training, and did you get your post up? So that could be like the form of accountability. I'm like Brittany, I'm pretty self-motivated, but I also know that that's not how everybody is. But I do attract a decent number of self-motivated people, but I also know that I attract a lot of people onto our team that I'm like, oh, we haven't done social media in this way, even though because I was on social media well before I was Beachbody coach. So that part wasn't hard for me. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I forget that is really intimidating, and really is hard to start to get comfortable with. So I take for granted just how much fun I have with it, and how it's not fun for everybody when they first start, but then it can get really fun. So yeah, just kind of like think about it. And then I would like something in place for March. We don't have to do anything just yet, but I think it would be good to have something in place for March. So like, I would need to start putting it in place by the end of this month.
With the social media training, I mean, you're just talking about like what to post. I think that I get intimidated with, like, when you put graphics up and stuff like that, and I see other people, I have no idea how to do any of that, or like even where to start with like any of that, or how to do like how you were talking about, you schedule your posts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure I could be like, just go on a Google rampage, but it's also like, where's the time for that in my life right now?
Yeah. I think honestly, and that's one thing that I talk about in Coach Launch, which is the social media training, is in the beginning, I didn't pre-schedule anything. I didn't think about my posts. I literally just did it day of, and it was just following my 5 basic core values. So we kind of talk about, like, when you're posting, you want to share about the 5 things that make you you. So like faith, outdoors, family, fitness, and food are kind of like my 5 things that I can easily talk about. I like it. I enjoy it. It's what I can relate to with other people.
Okay.
So that's really what you'll start with, and you won't have to plan everything out. I plan everything out just because that's just, again, it's just what I've wanted. It's how I've always wanted my business to be. I've always wanted my business to be more automated. And so that's just kind of what I've wanted. Like my coach, Michelle, that drives her crazy. Not crazy, but she's just like, that's just not her personality. So like Michelle, whenever I talk about like automations and systems, she's just like, I mean, she has her system, but it's not structured like mine is structured. Like it's more like it's in her head. She knows what she's doing and she knows when she's doing it. But like mine is like, oh no, my month is laid out. Like,
yes,
don't even try to like come and visit without telling me in advance, because I'm freaking out right now.
And also,
I used to have that laid out.
Yeah.
And also,
it wasn't my jam.
Tamara's personality is a lot like that though too. She's really creative, and Artsy likes to do graphics, stuff like that.
Yes.
Brings her joy.
It does.
So it's a lot different. But same with like Michelle, she hates graphics. She wants it plain. She doesn't want to do anything, and that's totally fine. Like the goal of social media is just to get your name and your face and your content seen by other people. That's it. Yeah. It doesn't matter really what it looks like or what your grid laid out is. It's all just, you just want to put more stuff out so you're top of mind when people are thinking about stuff. So
yeah. But you'll see a huge difference between like mine and Michelle's stuff. And Michelle's super successful. And it's just, and she's not even on Instagram. So Instagram is more like for that pretty creative side, but then it doesn't have to be either. Like there's plenty, like my friend Anita, who I tag in, she tags me in stories and I tag her in stories like almost every day. Her posts, like she has great value in her posts. Her pictures, she's not going to the beach and taking a pretty picture. She's like, this is real life. me without makeup, messy kids. Like,
That's me.
yes. And that's what it's
That's
actually like.
literally-
And she
You
helps.
have to be you.
Yeah. So it's just, you have to be you on social media. So Neil's so right. I love crafty stuff. I love like pretty stuff. Like that's just really like it's something I enjoy doing. So that's why it doesn't come hard to me. But social media, it really is it's just you showing up so that you're the person that's top of mind when somebody's like, dang, I really wish I had that consistency like Nicole does on those workouts. Man, Brittany's been doing that for over 100 days. Like, how could I do that? Like, I don't know if I could. Like, what is her secret? And so, like, Brittany's sharing, by her sharing tips about what's keeping her motivated. Like, I mean, you had a great post about like, you showed up. I'm really proud of myself because I just showed up. Like, so it doesn't have to be amazing or mind blowing. So, yeah, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure out a way to make this good for the whole team and useful for the whole team. Yeah. All right, into mindset training. So we're going to do a little bit of mindset stuff. I know we probably only have about 10 minutes left of this call, but we're going to get what we can get done. Neil sent me a little video, and we're going to watch a little bit of this video. I'm not sharing my screen anymore, am I? Let me get through that first. More share screen. And so that's why Neil's on this call, is he's really good at mindset, more so than I would say most of us. And this is one of the things that he does every day is when he's working out, he actually listens to stuff like this. So we're going to listen to the first 5 minutes of this.
Hey, I'm Russ Ruffino. And if you're a coach, consultant, expert, author, or speaker, I have just one question for you.
Here we go. All right.
I want you to ponder these 4 questions. Here's the first one, and that's why. Why pay the price? Why work this hard? Why go this far? Why try to learn this much? Why try to do it all? Why try to see it all? Why try to have it all? Why study? Why put yourself out? Why try to take on this much responsibility? Why develop yourself to the full? Why try to become all that you can possibly become? Why try to earn as much as you can earn, share as much as you can share, develop every skill you possibly can, see every human you possibly can, go to every class you possibly can, touch everybody you possibly can? Why do that much? Why go that far? Why share that much? Why give that much away? Why try to see everything? Why try to do everything? Why try to become everything? That's a good question, why? And you're the only one personally that can answer that question for yourself. You've got to have your own list of whys. Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. In leadership training, here's what we learned. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision, we die. Without a vision, we perish. Without a dream, we're nothing. From the movie The Professionals, it said, we joined because we believed. We stayed because we were committed. We left because we were disillusioned. But we came back because we were lost. Without a dream, we are nothing. I'm asking you to sit down with your family and develop a dream strategy. I'm asking you to make a list of what you want. What kind of health do you want? What kind of skills do you want? What kind of income do you want? What kind of gifts do you wish to bestow? What kind of power would you like to have? What kind of influence would you like to have? I'm asking you to go home and work on the why. I'm asking you to have a vision. Now, here's number 2. Here's another good answer to why. It's the second question. Why not? Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how much you can learn? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see what kind of person you can become? Why not see what kind of influence you can have? Why not see how many people you can rescue from oblivion? I want you to establish some of your goals.
What would you do differently in your life right now?
Please tell us.
Oh, you do have to, okay.
If you fully believed in yourself and if you believed
YouTube ads, got it.
I want you to give thoughtful consideration to your goals. And why not? If a farm boy can wander out of Idaho and finally arrive at this extravaganza, why not you? If we've got good health for many, why not the rest? If it's happened for you, why not others? And why not you? I want you to take that personal. Why not? Why not? You've got to stay here till you go. I mean, what else are you going to do? Why not see how much you can do, how far you can go? Now, here's number 3. Why not you? I wish I could say that to each of you individually, but it would take a couple of lifetimes to sit down and talk with each of you individually. But I would rather do that. I'd rather sit down and talk with you and your family with the fire burning in the living room than to be standing on this platform. That's my true desire. I'd love to talk to you and your children face to face. That's what I'd really like to do. I'd love to spend a couple of days with each of you personally and pour out my heart, my soul, what's going on in my head, what's going on with me, see if we couldn't connect and find something valuable. But time doesn't permit for us to have those intimate conversations and get to know each other that well. So I've got to do it from up here. But I want you to take it personal. And my personal question to you is, why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you? And I'm here to say that I'm ready to pledge my support to make your personal dreams come true. I asked the question, why not you? But I'm not going to ask it and just walk away. I'm going to ask it and walk with you. And now here's my last question. My very last question on the questions to ponder is, why not now? There never was a better time. And what a time now for us to take this dream and not let it die. Take this dream and give it life. Take this dream and breathe into it your own personal spirit until finally it becomes a flame that burns around the whole world. Let's go do it now.
It's all right. I'll put the link to this one in the show notes into our group. But one thing, so we've got 5 minutes, and one thing that that Michelle, my coach, had me do at the very beginning of my coaching journey, and I'm telling us that we're all doing this, and we're going to share it in the team page, is I want us each to write out, what do I not want out of this Beachbody opportunity? What do I not want? How do I not want to feel? And then opposite of that, what do I want? What do I want? How do I want to feel? And then really go into, Jim Rohn is a great speaker, and he just talked about kind of like the why not, like why not? What do you really want? And then I really want you to think, in 5 years from now, we could do like the 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 years. But let's just do in 5 years from now. What would you like to have? Like, what are some dreams of yours? What are some goals of yours? Or maybe should it not even be a time limit? Because sometimes when you put a time limit, it feels like I couldn't do that in 5 years, when in fact you really could.
I mean, I think it's valuable to
put a time
on it.
Yeah. So in 5 years, if you could really truly wake up, and you could wake up and have this lifestyle with you, with your family, with your friends, what would that look like? What would that truly look and feel like? Where would the kids be? Where would your spouse be? Where would you be living? What type of house would you have? What would you be doing for work? What would you be doing for fun? What would you be doing for charity? How would you give back to the world? And so by writing out what you don't want from Beachbody, we can make sure that we are being true to our values when we are doing certain things. So I'm going to do a hard job of trying to find my old why nots or what I don't want and what I do want. And I think it's in my computer somewhere too, but I'm going to try to find those because it's crazy. So I'm about 5 years into my business. I'm a little over 5 years into my business. And every single thing of like what I do not want is exactly what I've created. Like in terms of like, I can remember it was like, I don't want to be told what to do and when to do it. I don't want to feel, it was a lot of feelings for me. I don't want to feel like I'm not appreciated at my job, because I felt very underappreciated at my previous job. And I can't remember the other ones, but I know like when I lost it when we moved. That's all there is to this, is I misplaced it when we moved here. And I haven't looked for it hard enough, but basically I also wrote down what I do want. And I wrote down things like, I want to take my parents on a vacation where I cover the vacation. I want to take friends into a vacation where I cover the vacation for them and their families. Like those were really important to me. I've been able to take our family on vacations. And it's been because of earned vacations from Beachbody that I've been able to give to my parents and to my sister-in-law. And even though COVID messed up that one, we're going to make up for it. So it's just really cool to see what I do and don't want, as well as those dreams of, and what I do want, like how I do want to feel when I go into work. And we're going to do what I don't want, what I do want, and what I want in 5 years. So I'll put that in the notes. I'll put this recording up. I know our time is over. Feel free to Voxer or put stuff in the team page, because we're going to get kicked off of here. I'm never going to upgrade Zoom, because otherwise I will go for like 2 hours on team calls, and you don't want that. But I love you ladies, and I'm so happy to see you guys. And I can't wait to hear your dreams, your goals, what you do and don't want. So have a good rest of your Friday, and I will see y'all. Okay.